Hey, how are ya? You ready for another day? It's the last day of the workshop. I'm excited to share all of this with you. Um, so yesterday I got my quilt basted. I have it behind me, but it's in layers. That's kind of why it's draped weird right there. It's because it's on my display thing, but because I had to pin it so that the batting and stuff was over the back, it kind of hangs funny where it's not clamped there in the middle. But anyway, so I'm hoping to start quilting that soon. Maybe later today we'll start on that. So how's everybody doing? Let me know where you're from, how things are going with your progress. Are you getting things cut out? Are you getting the blocks made? Where are you at? So today we're gonna have some fun. I'll show you how to put it all together now that we've talked about the different parts and getting things put. So what I'm gonna start with is, okay. Excuse me while I move between stuff. Okay. So here I am putting, oh, let's go back. Sorry, I'm really having a hard time today. Goodness. Oh my goodness, you're just getting all kinds of crazy. Sorry, it's thrown me with having my daughter's stuff. I was looking, she just texted me, is it not in my room? And I couldn't find it in her room. But let's go over what a design wall is before we watch me put this up on the design wall. Sorry to have my hiccups. You're seeing what a mess I am most of the time. Okay, so what is a design wall? A design wall is just an area where you can lay out your quilt to see how it's going to look. You want to use a design wall, or the reason why I like to use a design wall is because I can make sure I don't have any of the same fabrics touching. I can make sure that my value is evenly distributed throughout the quilt, that I don't have all of the darks in one area and the lights in another area. And it just is a way to kind of get an overall picture of how your quilt goes together. So what can you use for a design wall? You can actually just use your floor. I did that for a long time. It's kind of an issue when you have small children or pets, because they kind of go through your design wall often, running back and forth, and things get messed up, but it's doable. So if you have a floor, you can just lay it out on the floor. That works perfect. If you just want to go to like Walmart or Target and get a flannel backed tablecloth, just a cheap one, you can pin that up on your wall so the flannel side is showing, and put that up and put your blocks on that. That will hold it there. My design wall is made out of foam board and just covered in flannel. So my boys made it for me. Two of my sons are engineers and very handy around my house. I'm thankful for them. Sadly, they both live 800 miles away in opposite directions. But when they're here, they're helpful. Better at those to do things than my husband, but my husband is a great guy. He does the dishes. I never have to do dishes. Isn't that wonderful? So good morning, Susan. I'm glad you're ready to go. So however you want to do a design wall, if you want to elaborate and you have a place where you can have it up all the time, that's great. If you want to do the tablecloth or the floor, that also works. Okay, now we're actually going to go and see me put this up on the design wall. Okay. Okay, so I put it up. I'd already put it up once before, and so that's why it's kind of going up in a systematic order. You'll see with the backgrounds, I'm not as systematic, and I should have not started with the star point. You'll see here in a minute that because I did, not everything's lining up, and I have to make some adjustments. But so when you lay yours out, you're probably going to want to start in the center and just start putting it together from the center and work out the star points. But this is just a way to kind of see how things look, and kind of you can move things around if you want, and just get a big picture and kind of know what your quilt's going to look like before you sew it all together, so you don't get any of those, these two fabrics are the same and they're touching each other, or these ones are almost the same and they're right next to each other. So a design wall is just a really useful tool. If you have questions on making a design wall, or if you have suggestions on ways to make a design wall other than what I've mentioned, you can put that in the comments, and we'll look at those there. And we can all learn and grow from each other. Okay, so that's how I put my quilt together before I sew it together. Then once we get it all up on the wall, what we're going to do is sew it in quadrants. So let me find that one. Okay, so we're sewing this up, and I just sew it into jumbo 9 patches. So we're going to have, okay, good morning, Jamie. Happy to have you. So we're just going to sew this in big 9 patches. So each of the corners is a 9 patch, and each of the star points is a 9 patch. And then we'll have 4 9 patches in our center. And then I just sew my 9 patches into rows. So I'm making a giant 16 patch. All right, because I just like to limit the number of long seams that I have through my quilt. Technically, you could sew this all in rows, but I like to do it in the jumbo 9 patches just so it limits those long seams. Okay, and so don't worry. I mean, you do want to do your best in making your star points come together. Hey, Colleen, welcome, welcome. But don't beat yourself up if not everything comes together perfectly. When people are using your quilts, they're not looking to make sure your points all matched. They're watching a movie, or they're reading a book, or they're cuddling with a child or someone they love. They're not, oh, look, she messed up here, she messed up here. Plus, when it gets quilted, no one's going to really notice. You may know it's there, but nobody else does. So don't beat yourself up if all the points don't match just perfectly and come together just like magic. It's still going to be a beautiful quilt. Every antique quilt I have that I love so very much, sometimes the things I love about it is that it's not perfect. So, like I said, don't beat yourself up. So, does anybody have questions on putting it together, laying it out? Any questions with how you're putting your quilt, or things previous that we've discussed? All right. So, have fun putting it together. Make sure you share it with us. Either you can send me an email, or you can share it in the Facebook group. Everybody would love to see your quilt. I would love to see how everyone's turns out different and how everyone put their own personality into it. It will be awesome to see them all together. I'm just going to let you know that if you have enjoyed this process, if you have enjoyed learning about the color and design and how to make each quilt your own, I have a workshop for you. I have a virtual class for you. Colleen, I'm glad that you found it as a big help. I'm happy to share this with you. I find so much joy in creating and doing this. So I am happy to share it, and it makes me feel good when other people let me know that it has helped them, because that's just what I want to do. But so like I said, I've created a course. If you have found this interesting and you want to expand on these ideas and take your scrap quilting to another level, I have what I'm calling Discovering Hidden Quilts. So there are quilts hidden in your sewing room. Did you know that? There are tons of them. Every quilt I've made was hidden in my sewing room. I'm going to just continue on showing you different ways that you can take those scraps in your sewing room and turn them into beautiful quilts. So we will discuss, oh, Nancy, you made one block with some white. Great. Oh, you think it will look like a hole in the quilt? Well, there's always your friend Jack the Ripper that you can change it with. Put it in an orphan bin and make another quilt with it another time. That's what I do when I have blocks that, whoops, that wasn't quite what I intended it to be. Anyway, in this class that I've designed, we will take, in addition to making more of these one blocks that we expand and fill with scrappy goodness. Oh, sorry, Lynn. I'll look through the Facebook group and go through it. Like I said, my son is visiting, so I haven't been as on top of it as I should be in looking and getting things done on the Facebook group. The Facebook group is at @mscrapbag. I think there's a link to it in the description in these videos. So kind of just look through that and you can just click. And when it asks for the questions, make sure you answer those questions, because that's just how I make sure that I'm not getting bots or just people that troll and leave mean things. So I just want to make sure that they're real people. So that's why I ask those questions. So make sure you answer them. Okay, back to this class. This is a single block that when you twist and turn it, it can make dozens of different designs. There's this design. I did a spiral design with it. There's this where it just does a chain through. So we will look into different blocks that do this in the class. We will look at 2-block quilts where as they come together, they create alternate designs. We'll look at all kinds of different string quilts. So there'll be spider webs, there'll be pineapple, there'll be log cabin type quilts. Can you tell I like string quilts? So we will explore all the possibilities from your string bin. We will look at taking a block and making it different sizes and putting it together in your quilt to create interest. Both of these quilts do that. One is just the half square, like this is the half square triangle. This is a bear paw done in 3 different sizes. We will look and see how you can do that, and I will give you tips and help you to know how to do that, so you can do that with whatever kind of block you want to do. We will take your tiniest bits. I'll show you how to put those together and create unique one-of-a-kind fabric, so that you can use that in your quilts. I love to do that. In fact, here's your little side note. I just finished a book. Actually, you can pre-order it now on Amazon, all about this method. It's called Crumb Quilts. The book won't be out until September, but you can pre-order it right now, just FYI. And then we'll look into improvisational quilts, doing all kinds of improv. So it's a 12-week course. When you sign up for the course, you have unlimited access to all of the patterns and videos. I will have a live chat. So that's what is available for you. And today, well, for the next 24 hours, it will be through tomorrow, so it will be a little bit longer than 24 hours. If you sign up and use the code Reach for the Stars, you'll get 10% off on this course. But like I said, it's unlimited. You'll have access to it for the rest of your life. It has dozens of different Scrappy block patterns. I will show you how to make different units in blocks different ways so you can find the way that works best for you and that you are most accurate with. So I will have live Q&As kind of like this, but probably they'll be private only for people who are in the course. Will have access to these where you can ask me any questions about any of the things in the class. We'll talk about sorting our scraps and being able to find and use our scraps. It is a great deal. There are tons of patterns, lots of tips and tricks. So if you've enjoyed this and would like to expand your knowledge on scrap quilts, have access to lots of patterns, and have access to me, it will every week while the course is up. So for the next 12 weeks, then you will I will do a live Q&A with that. The course will start on the 7th, so the sign up is only through the 6th. And like I said, just through tomorrow, if you sign up for the course, and I will put a link for the course in the description below once I get done with this video, and show you that you can go to purchase the course. And if you use the code Shoot for the Stars, all capital letters and the number 4 for 4, and I will put that in the description below also, then you'll get a 10% discount. But that's just through tomorrow, so don't wait if you are interested. And it will be so much fun. I will just enjoy sharing how much I love scrap quilts and hopefully giving you the tools you need to at least manage your scrap piles. I've never gotten to the bottom of mine, even when I did the whole book. There's just no way you ever get to the bottom, but you can manage them and have fun, and it's so great. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that I can help with, either with your jumbo star or with my virtual course that I'm calling Discovering Hidden Quilts. We'll just find all those hidden quilts in your scrap bins, and you will just have so much fun creating them. And I will enjoy teaching you and sharing my love of scrap quilting. So I'm going to see if you have any questions. But like I said, there are dozens of quilt block patterns, and I will show you how to combine and use them to make an infinite number. There's endless numbers of ways to combine those to make quilts. So if you love scrap quilting and want to expand your knowledge, then this course is for you. Thanks. We'll see you.